Hello everyone, this is Charulata, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application. Now I taking the topic as ASP.NET. Let us see that in this session we will learn for what is ASP.NET and what is web application and alternative technology that can be used to build web application, advantages of using web application, and finally how ASP.NET actually work. So first we see about the what is ASP.NET. It is web application framework developed by Microsoft to build dynamic, data driven and web application and web services. What are the web services and how to actually build web services? We will worry about them in later session. But for now, understand that ASP.NET is a framework. You know that is used to build a web application and web services. In fact, ASP.NET is actually a subset of wider .NET framework. Now, .NET framework can be used to do a variety of things. For example, I can build different types of application using .NET framework. I can build control applications for web application, Windows application and Windows services, etc. So, ASP.NET is the subset of that wider .NET framework that can be actually used to build web applications and web services. And then now, if you are wondering what a framework, what a framework is nothing more than collection of places. If we have to put it in a simple terms now, we know that ASP.NET is a subset of the .NET that can be used to build web application and web services. We already know that. Now, along the same lines, we have something else called ADO.NET. Now, ADO.NET is different technology together. Again, AT or .NET is a subset of the wider .NET framework that can be actually be used to pull data from different databases and then serve it up to a console applications or a web application or Windows applications, whatever may be it. So any type of application that you build, if at all, if you want to retrieve the data from data sources and then use the data within your application, then you will use something called ADO or .NET again. ADO or .NET. It is not a different technology altogether. It is a subset of the .NET framework that can be used to pull data and then use that with your application. Along the same lines, ASP.NET is a subset of the .NET framework that can be used to build the web application and web services. Now, ASP.NET is introduced in 2002 with the .NET Framework 1.0. Now, so what are we using any of the Microsoft technology before the year 2002 to build the web applications? Absolutely. So that technology is classical ASP, classic ASP. That is, ASP means active server pages. Prior to .NET, prior to ASP .NET, we are using classic ASP. Okay, but then there are several advantages of using ASP.NET. So what is a web application? What is a web application? A web application is an application that is accessed by the user using a web browser. For example, you know to search something on the internet. I fired up the browser and then I typed in the google.com. So, google.com, for example, is a web application, or I want to do some internet banking and I fight up to a browser and I type the barclays .code of the UK. That means Barclays is a web application here. So any application that is typically accessed by the using the web browser is called as a web application. And the example of the browser include Internet Explorer for Microsoft, Chrome from Google, Firefox from Mozilla, Safari from Apple, Navigator from Netscape. So is ASP.NET the only technology available to build the web application? Is it possible? No. There are alternative technology as well, which are some of them include PHP, Java, CGI, Ruby on Rails, Perl, and there are many other as well, which have been not listed here. So, what are the advantage of using web application over the traditional desktop application? Now, if you are looking for the example of desktop application, Microsoft Office is classic example. So, what are the advantages of using web application over this desktop applications? Are the first advantages, web applications just need to be installed only on the web server, whereas desktop application need to be installed on every computer where you want to access them. Okay, let's take an example now. Let's say in my just imagine, in my organization I have a 50,000 employees, and I want to every employee to able to access the Microsoft Office. If that the case, then I will have to this Microsoft Office installed on each and every computer. So 50,000 computers, it's just a imagine how much time, or how much time and effort is going to take install to this software on 50,000 computers. But whereas if it is a web application, you do not have install that on that on all the 50,000 computers. All you do in the installer that on a web server. And then how will be users access that application? Fire up the browser and then type in the application, and you are able to access that application here. So similarly, I mean, if I want to access Google web application, you don't have the literally install the application on your machine, on the client machine. All you needed is a browser that can be understand HTML. As long as you have the browser, you can access that web application. Okay, and another advantages is maintenance support and patches that are easier to provide. For example, let's say there is a bug in the application. If it is a desktop application, so typically, so fix that bug. And then if you want to back to me, resolved on each and every computer, that patches has to be applied again all the 50,000 computers. Just again imagine how much time and effort is that going to take. Whereas if it is a web application, you just apply that patch on the web server, and all your users who then fires up the points, the that will be that the application will be accessed, will now have the upgraded or patches applications. So maintenance support and patches are easier to provide for web application than to desktop application. And on the client machine, you only require a browser that can understand HTML. You don't need to install any other software and web applications. They are accessible from anywhere provided there in an internet. Okay, so I can access, for example, google.com from my office from my home. Whenever provider, there has to be internet. And then another greatest advantages is the cross platform. Another greatest advantages is a cross platform, meaning if I am developing a Microsoft Office on vendor's platform, then I can only run the Microsoft Office on a Windows operating system. If I try to run it on any other operating system like Mac OS or any other operating system, it fails to run. But various application, as long as on that platform you have browser that can understand HTML, then you are able to access that. So it is accessible for cross platform. All right. Now let you see, what is the architecture of web application and how actually web application work. If you look at that diagram here, we have different clients, users, and then I have serve here which has the web application. Okay. If I want these three users to be able to access the web application, I don't have the install anything on the client machines. um, all I needed is the browser that can understand HTML, and they install the web application on the web server. Now, if it is an ASP.NET web application on web server, you install something called, I guess, Internet Information Services, which will be taking about in the later session. Sorry, which will be talking about the later session. So I guess it basically used to host the Microsoft alternate web application. So as we talk about the web application run under the IIS. Okay, so whenever I open a browser like this, I type in your in google.com, and then I press the enter. What's happened here? That request goes via the internet using protocol HTTP. The HTTP stands for hypertext transfer protocol. So if you look at this, I actually use in the automatically the HTML call and fourth flash forward slash. That's how that the full fill, or at least it's the typical enforced large large world wide web, that is www dot, the name of day application. That you are the google.com. So what's going to happen, we are using this HTML. Now, if you are wondering what a protocol is, the protocol is nothing but a set of standard rules that describe how two or more items communicate over the internet. So, we are using the TCP protocol to access this application over the internet, and then and then I request goes to that page. I will then process the request. It will do whatever it has to do. If it has to go and retrieve the data from database, I will hand over the request to the web application DLL. If you are not secure what a web application DLL is, don't worry about that. They will be looking about in the, and then the web application goes to web. You already know that the database where it retrieve the data, process the request and generate the HTML. It gives backs to the IIS as well as then they turn that back to the client who actually request that page. Okay, if you look at this web application user client server architecture on the client, all you needed a browser on the server. You install the web application in web. Applications are hosted using. So when you make a request, you make that using a browser. using the protocol HTTP that gets the transmitted across the internet to the web server, which receive the request has the request over to the web application, which will process the request generated the HTML and then gives it back to the IIS. Then to turn that HTML back to the client who initially requests that, and we know the browser can understand HTML. The browser will interrupt the HTML in and shows that to the user. Keep in mind, denote that we can use different technologies to build the web application, that is PHP, Java, CGA, etc. But remember, a browser that a user is using to access the web application can only understand HTML. Now I don't care about your web application is doing or which technology you have used to build that web application. At the end of the day, the web application has two HTML that can be understood by the browser. Okay, so when that HTML is received by the client browser, you know the browser can interrupt that HTML and display that to the user. That is for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Thank you.